Hey, this is Tomas from okisnotenough.com, helping you become the best version of yourself and create a more exciting and more fulfilling life. And it's the end of August 2019, which means it's time for me to share with you guys what progress I've made on all the goals that I set for myself to complete in 2019. So, one of the most common questions I get regarding me sharing my goals on my website and on YouTube is, hey Thomas, how do you know that you will achieve all your goals? Because for you as a coach, putting yourself out there like this, it's a little bit of a risk because, hey, what if you don't achieve your goals? So, how do you know that you will get everything done? Well, my answer is, I don't know. I have around 50 goals, and some of them are pretty ambitious, and it's becoming quite apparent that I've been extremely ambitious with some of these goals, and I'll probably won't be able to achieve quite a few of them. But you see, I don't do this to show off. I don't do this to impress anybody. On the contrary, I want to show you guys that first of all, to create the life that you want, to make the changes that you want, you have to set goals. You have to set some kind of direction for yourself. You have to aim for something. And secondly, the way towards your goals or to your goals, it's never a straight line. It's hard. You have good days, you have bad days. It goes ups and down. You have bad weeks, sometimes you have bad months. And it's all part of the journey, and it's all part of my journey. And as a coach, I'm not putting myself on a pedestal and say, hey, look, I'm 100%, I'm bulletproof. The things that everyone is struggling with on their journey to accomplishing their goals are the things I struggle with on my way to accomplishing my goals. And it doesn't matter whether you are just trying to quit smoking, or whether you are a billionaire and you are still scaling your business. When you're pushing yourself to achieve something that you don't have at the moment, when you're putting yourself outside of a comfort zone, you will experience challenges and you will experience setbacks. And with my goals, I'm putting myself outside of a comfort zone and I'm experiencing challenges and setbacks. And so, to answer that question, almost on the contrary, I'm not hoping to be 100%. I'd like to be 100% because of myself. But where I want to be 100% is the way I try. I want to try 100%. I want to try my best to achieve these goals. And if I have done that at the end of the year, then I have succeeded. It's hard to predict how challenging you should set these goals for yourself. If you set them, if the goals are very easy, they're not going to be exciting and they'll be easy to accomplish and you'll think, okay, what's next? If they are extremely challenging, you may not be able to achieve that. You may even get discouraged. So there's a little bit of a skill of finding the right balance, but you can always break your goal down into little milestones. But nonetheless, I don't know if I'll be able to achieve all my goals. My guess is that I already know that there are a few that I won't be able to accomplish because of time, because of my availability, resources, and things like that. I have many plates that I'm spinning at the same time. However, I'm always trying my best, and that's my absolute primary goal that I'm doing my best to achieve every single day. And with that said, let's have a look at my goals. I will take you through it. I have them here on my iPad. And as you probably know, I break them down into several different categories like business, coaching, profile, value, personal development, health and fitness, relationships, and so on. And because there are so many goals, I will give you just a quick update or maybe a reason why I have this goal for every single one, especially for those that have been recently accomplished or those that I'm experiencing some particular challenges with, because I think that would be the most valuable for you. If you'd like to get a little bit more information or read a little bit more information about my goals, why I set them, and so on, and see the actual breakdown of every single month and see my progress, just head over to my website, okaysnotenough.com, in the section my 2019 goals, and you can read everything about it. The first category is business, which basically includes all the goals that are related to me growing my coaching business. And the first goal is I will easily create a follow-up sequence to my scorecard. That has been accomplished, I think, last month. Super happy that I've done that. If you don't know what the lifestyle scorecard is, again, have a look on my website. It's a great tool that will take you about 6 minutes to complete. It's sort of a questionnaire. And what happens is that it will generate a report that will show you how well you're doing at some of the key areas of your life. And the scorecard follow-up sequence, it's actually a sequence of about 5 emails that is focusing on helping you think through some of these challenges. And these are basically thinking exercises that will help you get a little bit more clarity about what is it that you actually want, why you're stuck, what will be some of the actions that you could take to start making progress. It's all free. So if you're interested in that, I'll include the link in the description, and you can just go there and check it out. The next 2 goals are quite similar. So one is I will easily hire an SEO expert by January 31st, and I will easily hire a web developer by January 31st. Both of these goals have been accomplished in January. Just a quick message with that: if there is some work that needs to be done and you either are not really good at it and you would really struggle to get it done, or it's that kind of work that you would probably waste your time because it would take you a long time, and there's someone who can do it probably much better and much more efficiently, then I highly encourage you to just outsource that kind of work, whatever that might be, whether it's SEO work, web development, or cleaning or ironing. There are some of these tasks that we just better off delegating and focusing on other tasks that are actually providing better ROI on our time. The next goal is I will easily grow my mailing list to 3,000 subscribers by December 31st. So this is one of those goals that probably was overly ambitious. I started on 1,242 this year. I'm currently on 1,673. Quite nice growth by about 90 since last month. So I'm quite pleased with it. Of course, it's nowhere near to what I need to hit the 3,000 mark, but I have some ideas that we'll try to implement in the next couple of months. So let's see what kind of progress I will make there. Next goal is I will easily reach monthly website traffic to 4,000 visitors by December 31st. So that goal was accomplished for the first time in July, 4,111 visitors to my website. This month was a little bit less, but still over 4,000 visitors, 4,097. So that goal has been accomplished, and I'm sort of hanging in there, which is good. What had big impact on my traffic is creating more content more regularly, my articles, my videos, but also sharing it more widely across internet, which really helps. And the last goal in the business category is I will easily complete a copywriting course by December 31st, and that goal was completed by in May. And actually I've managed to go through a couple more copywriting courses after that anyway, because copywriting is extremely important for business. So if you're writing any kind of content, there's all that structure and all these methods and ways of thinking that will help you be more effective in a way you're describing things and obviously connecting with the reader. Because if you want your work or your writing to be appreciated, it needs to be written in the right way. And if it's a sales copy, for example, then especially for it to be effective, you can't just write something as it goes through your mind. There's certain structure and there are certain ways how to make the copy resonate more with the reader. The next category of my goals is coaching, and all these goals in this category are related to the actual coaching practice. And the first goal is I'll easily have 150 initial consultations by December 31st. The initial consultation is quite self-explanatory. If someone wants to work with me, what we do first is this initial consultation or discovery session, as I call it sometimes, where we get to know each other a little bit, talk about what working together would look like, what goals, challenges they have that they would like to focus on. And obviously for me, with having certain conversion ratio of how many people come for the initial consultation and to how many of them become a client, I know that there is a certain number of these initial consultations that I need to have in a year to have enough clients. So the goal for me is 150. I'm currently on 128, so I'm well on track with that, which is fantastic. It means that the marketing is probably working well. The next goal is I will easily work with 40 new inspiring clients by December 31st. So I'm currently on 27, so I'm guessing I'm a little bit behind, but nonetheless, the people that I've worked with have been incredible, and I always highlight this when I say I will easily work with 40 new inspiring clients. Fortunately, I'm in a position where I can choose who I work with. When I was starting with coaching, I would work with anyone and everyone because I wanted the experience. I needed to improve. I needed to just coach, and I would take on anybody, whether there was the right chemistry between us, whether I like them or not. Whereas now I'm in a position where I coach less, and so the people that I work with, I want to look forward to working with them every single session. And so it's very important that I'm inspired in some way by them, whether it's their story, whether it's about what they've accomplished, whether it's about what they value, or just because of their presence. There's a chemistry. When you meet someone, you know that as well. With someone, you just click. There's something about them. And I need that in my clients. And of course, I assume that that's what they need as well. And, not everyone is ready for coaching. Not everyone gets along well. Occasionally, there are some people, I'm just not the right coach for them. The chemistry is not there. So I'm currently on 27 clients. I love them all, great people. And I'll keep pushing and growing. The next goal is I will easily run 500 coaching sessions by December 31st. So again, 500 is the number of sessions that I'm aiming for every year. The reason for that is that I know that it will provide the right volume of coaching, the right volume of clients. It's not too many, it's not too few. I'm currently on 302, probably a little bit behind, but I think if everything goes well, I will be pretty close to that goal by the end of the year, probably even achieve that. Next goal is I will easily run at least one live case study by December 31st. Really excited about this goal. I've already started working with someone. What that means is we will be sharing his progress on my website. Now it's in the making. I'm building the page, just deciding on the format and everything and how we'll be updating all that. But the reason for this live case study is that I want to show people an insight into what it's like to work with me or work with a coach, and what kind of progress people start making in their life when they commit themselves to the process and set themselves on the journey of self-discovery and journey of commitment and getting outside of the comfort zone. Incredible things are possible, and I don't think majority of people realize that yet or appreciate that. But luckily, unfortunately, coaching is becoming much more popular. People realizing that, hold on, when I think of all the professional athletes and high performers, whether in sports and business or in other endeavors of life, they all have coaches. They all have mentors or advisors or some kind of support circle around them, because it's just invaluable. And so yeah, this live case study is something that I want to put out there and give you guys a little bit better insight into what coaching is like. Next goal is I will easily reflect on my coaching sessions 200 times by December 31st. I'm currently on 167. The reason why I do these reflections, and I started doing them even more actually, sometimes I write them down, sometimes I just sit down and think about what the coaching session was like. Because every reflection has something to teach you. Every experience has something to teach you. And if you just let it go by and you run into the next experience, you're missing out on that lesson that is, hidden in there. Sometimes it's right on the top. Sometimes you have to dig quite deep and find the gem in there. But these reflections, I always ask myself, how did they go? How did I serve the clients? Could I have done something better? Could they have done something better? What is it that they need? What is it that they want? What's really stopping them? Is it something I haven't noticed? Does it all add up? And just asking myself all these questions every single time, I get an insight from that. And it's amazing, little by little, these incremental improvements is making me a better coach. You may not be a coach, but you surely have these experiences in your life as well, whether professional life, at work, or whether it's in your relationship, or with your children, or if you're playing some sports. Just after that, event or that experience, if you just sit down for a moment or lie down and commute or something, and just think, okay, how did that go? How well did I do? Could I have done something better? How can I improve next time? And the key thing there is to not beat yourself up if you realize that, oh shoot, I should have done something differently. No, you should be grateful for kind of going back there and realizing that and learning something from it. No one is perfect 100% all the time. That's just not how it works. But it's from the imperfections that you can learn something and apply it next time, and it will get you closer to, I don't want to say becoming perfect, because there's not such thing, but just help you grow and become better, and you'll be constantly improving yourself, and as a person, as an employee, as an entrepreneur, as a partner, as a lover, as a parent, as an athlete, whatever that might be. So these reflections are extremely valuable, and I encourage everybody to set aside a little bit of time every now and then, whatever you want to improve in your life, and just reflect on, okay, how have I been doing? Could I do better, and so on. The next category of my goals is profile, which includes all the goals that are designed to help me elevate my profile as a coach, as an entrepreneur, as a speaker. And the first goal is I will easily reach 30,000 followers on Instagram by December 31st. So I always mention this, my Instagram grew really fast towards the end of last year. And then in January, I think something changed about the algorithm and it slowed down. And in May, it happened again and it really slowed down. And I thought it was just me doing something wrong, but I sort of monitor other influencers in my field, other people that I follow, and for many of them, the growth just plateaued and it stopped. And some of them are even losing followers, and I'm losing a few followers every now and then. So I'm currently on 20,299. There are a few more new followers since I've wrote this down, but I'm around that 20,000 and a bit mark. This is one of the goals that I'm a little bit skeptical about whether I'll be able to accomplish. I think my Instagram game is quite strong. I post very regularly. I think my posts are decent, I definitely could engage more on the stories. It's very easy to get sucked into all this social media game. For example, rarely on Facebook at all. Totally stepped away from that. But Instagram I do enjoy. We'll see. I will keep doing my best, and I may not, reach that goal. Nonetheless, I grew by about 5,000 followers this year. If any one of you knows what I'm doing wrong, then let me know. But yeah, at the moment, it just the growth has stopped. Next goal is I will easily reach 20,000 followers on LinkedIn by December 31st. So this goal has been accomplished in July. I'm currently on 20,273. LinkedIn is great, really enjoy it, very professional platform. I'm there, as much as I can. I'm more interact than post. Definitely share my content in there. But LinkedIn has a lot of potential. If you're in business, you should definitely be on LinkedIn. Next goal is I will easily reach 1,000 YouTube subscribers by December 31st. So this goal always makes me laugh. I started on 15 subscribers at the beginning of this year, and I'm currently on 214. So I grew by mighty 200 subscribers. At least you know that my growth is authentic and genuine. There is no explosion. Hey, I keep producing content. I hope you guys like these videos, especially the ones with kind of purposeful content that are really practical. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please press the little subscribe button. Help me with this goal. I estimate that I won't achieve 1,000 subscribers this year, but hey, never lose hope. Next goal, I will easily be featured in 5 podcasts by December 31st. So I've been featured 3 times so far. There's another one that I've recorded with someone as an interview, and it's just in the making to be released soon. And I have scheduled another podcast with someone where I'm going to be interviewed about goal setting and all the stuff. And so it's all in the pipeline, on very good track. I will have accomplished this goal probably by the end of September. Next goal is I will easily be featured in a magazine by December 31st. So far there's nothing in the pipeline. I was featured in an online magazine. I'm not sure if that counts. I always repeat that. I haven't decided yet. I would like to be featured in a hard copy magazine or newspaper. Haven't done much PR push for that at the moment. We'll see if I settle for the online version of it. But again, I would prefer hard copy. Next goal is I will easily write my book by July 31st. So obviously that goal hasn't been accomplished. I'm working on it. It's a very, very slow process. I'm working through some resistance. As I mentioned probably last time, I actually wrote the book last year. I wrote around 35,000 words. And I decided to rewrite it, give it another spin, because I got a better idea, but the content is very similar. And I feel like I burned out my passion on it last year. So the second version it's pure willpower, and it's going slowly. So, little by little, I'm focusing on other projects at the moment, but I hear it from left and right. Everyone is telling me, man, you need to write a book. Where's your book? So it's in the making. Next goal, I will easily publish my book by September 30th. That's not going to happen because the book hasn't been written yet. And the last goal in this category is I will easily speak on stage at least 6 times by December 31st. So far I have spoken on stage 5 times. I have 1 or 2 speaking engagements booked in my calendar. One of them, we'll see if it comes through. The other one is for sure. And there may be more. So this goal should be accomplished by the end of the year. The next category is value. And all the goals in this category are focused on me sharing value with the world through my videos, through my content, or other resources, or other ways in which I want to be useful to others. And the first goal is I will easily record 52 videos by December 31st. So I'm currently on 28, so I'm on pretty good track. I committed to do weekly videos. I'm probably a few videos behind, but I'm very confident that I'll be able to reach that goal. Especially I'm getting better at making these videos a little bit shorter, a little bit more condensed, while still providing valuable content. I think except these videos about the goals, which are usually quite long, but I'm trying to stick somewhere around 10 minutes, 8 minutes, because I think that's a little bit more digestible content. Plus it makes it much easier to create and produce than videos that are 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes long. Plus not everyone has 30 minutes anytime just to watch some video. And the next goal is I will easily publish 52 articles by December 31st. So the videos and the articles go hand in hand, because with every video there is a written update, whether it's my actual articles or the video content, or whether it's these goals update. So I'm currently as well on 28. Same situation as with the videos. I'm pretty pleased with all this, to be honest, because last year I was writing some articles, definitely not this consistently, and I was making 0 videos. So going from very little or 0 to weekly content creation, it's a massive improvement for me, and it had quite dramatic impact on my business, and also on the amount of traffic to my website, as well as searchability of my website. The next goal is I will easily launch my Unshakable Self-Discipline program by December 31st. This thing is my absolute primary focus. I totally underestimated how much time and effort it will take. I'm making my way through it. It's probably because I want it to be really good. In a nutshell, it's going to be most likely 8 weeks group coaching program, helping people become more self-disciplined. Why I'm creating this program is because self-discipline is one of the main reasons why I see people not making enough progress. People sometimes, whether it's because of lack of passion, because of lack of commitment, because it's, I don't feel like it, excuses and all, so and so. That's part of not being disciplined. And so the purpose of this program will be to teach people how to set these individual areas, how to work with these individual areas that will help them create that motivation, that drive, that passion, and be more self-disciplined. Because, with self-discipline, anything is possible. So I'm working on it. I would love to launch it maybe in about a month or so. We'll see how it all comes together. Again, it takes a lot of time, but it's getting near. Next goal is I will easily launch my Stop Caring What People Think of You group coaching program. So this is one of those goals that I wouldn't know that I won't be able to accomplish. That goal is pending or has been postponed, because I'm learning from the previous program that I just mentioned how much work it takes, how much time it consumes, and resources and energy. And there is no way that I will be able to create both of these programs, let alone launch them both, which wouldn't even be a very smart kind of business idea or business move, because even the launch and carrying out the program will take quite a bit of time, quite a bit of effort. So I'm afraid this one is not going to happen. And the last goal in this category is I'll easily raise £5,000 for Children with Cancer charity by May 31st. So this fundraising goal was part of me running the London Marathon in April 2019. I have set the goal to raise £5,000. Now, the final figure that I managed to raise was £2,176 and 50 pence. I didn't quite hit my goal, but still, I'm incredibly grateful and humbled that so many people have supported me in running London Marathon and cared enough to donate towards this cause. So I always take opportunity when I record this video to thank them, and I'm really, really grateful. Now, the reason why I chose this charity is, I work with adults, and I think one of the most incredible things, exciting things about adulthood is that you can choose your path in life. You can do what you want. And so I think it's really sad and unfair when someone doesn't get the chance to grow up to that age when they can choose what they're going to do in life, what impact they're going to have, what path in life they will choose. So that's the reason why I chose this charity. I hope that the money will help at least few kids to recover and then find their passion in life and work towards that and make some or create some incredible things, make some incredible impacts in life. The next category of my goals is health and fitness. And obviously all these goals in this category are focused on me improving my health and fitness and sport performance. So the first goal is I will easily complete 23andMe DNA genetic testing and analysis. Now, I spoke about it more extensively in other videos. Highly recommended 23andMe. Check it out. It's quite affordable, £120 or so. And you send them saliva sample, and out of this they are able to extract if you have any genetic predispositions to certain illnesses or diseases. But also, which I find really intriguing, is your sort of DNA lineage and how far it goes, sometimes across continents, and you'll be quite surprised. The next goal is I will easily complete a food intolerance test by December 31st. So I've done it, I got the results, and it was pretty surprising. I got it at the beginning of August, and so what I found, I just have it in front of me. What the results revealed, that I'm 100% intolerant to pecan nuts, goat's milk, 96% intolerant to watermelons, which is a shame. And some things I really do agree with. So what came up a lot was variations of dairy products, whether it's cream, butter, milk, yogurt, and all these things, which I'm quite aware of. And somehow I didn't think butter, and I basically stopped eating butter now, and I rarely have yogurt. I don't drink milk as it is, and I can see the improvements now when I haven't had butter for some time, and I actually ended up having butter on something recently. I do feel that it doesn't quite go with my digestion. So really good, this intolerance test. It's from Intolerance Lab. If you're interested in knowing what you intolerant to, I encourage that you check it out. It's very affordable, and it's always good to get to know yourself a little bit more. Next goal, I will easily complete 24 fasts or green days, which means only eating raw fruit or vegetable by December 31st. So quite a big update here. I'm currently on 21, and I basically have done 11 fasts in the last 2 months. I've done 6 in August alone, which is 24-hour fast. I was initially struggling with these 24-hour fasts because I was trying different times. So basically, let's say you start at 9 o'clock in the morning and you don't eat until 9 o'clock in the morning the next day, or whichever time you pick. And I experimented with different times in the past. But what I found that for me, what works really well is starting the fast at 6 p.m. So I basically have either like a late lunch or early small dinner or something like that, but not like a full dinner, just something before 6 o'clock. And then you don't eat dinner, you don't eat breakfast, you don't eat lunch, you don't eat afternoon snacks and things like that. And you can eat after 6 o'clock the next day. And somehow that rhythm really works for me, and I'm starting to enjoy it. And what the biggest impact or benefit I'm starting to see is that I feel a little bit fresher, but more importantly, losing weight quite well without restricting my eating habits on the other days majorly. I eat okay, or pretty healthy, on the normal days. But also another benefit is I noticed that I need to eat a little bit less. I think over the 24-hour period, your stomach's empty, apart from water or tea, and so it shrinks. It's not used to like stretching, and so I get full much faster, or from a small amount of food, which obviously is good as well. So highly encourage you to do a little research into intermittent fasting. There are different ways how you can do that. If you fast 24 hours, or if you do 16-hour periods more frequently and things like that. There are even 3-day fasts. I'm actually thinking of it for the next year as a challenge, but I'm really getting to like it. I'm really starting to enjoy these 24-hour fasts. It's quite bizarre to say that I enjoy it, but one thing that I like about it, that you just don't need to think about food on that day. So you can actually be a lot more productive. You don't have to worry about going somewhere, buying something, or cooking something, and the day goes pretty fast. So I encourage you to look into it. Next goal is I will easily be at 16% body fat by December 31st. So I'm currently on around 22%. Now I'm measuring that on kind of the home scale that is supposed to estimate your body fat percentage. I'm a little bit skeptical because I've lost quite a bit of weight, but the fat percentage that it shows, it's quite not reflecting it. Plus, as I'm working out quite a lot, I can see that I'm putting on muscle mass. So I'll probably need to go somewhere to get it measured properly, where they have like the proper measuring gear. But from what my scale says, currently 22%. Next goal, I will easily work out 200 times by December 31st. Currently, I've done 247 workouts, 25 workouts in August, total time 17 hours, 44 minutes, and total calories burns 9,681. It's quite a big, significant drop since the beginning of the year, because at the beginning of the year, I was training for the London Marathon, and I was burning like between 25 to 32,000 calories a month, and working out about double the amount of hours. So it slowed down a little bit, but I'm doing much more kind of body weight workout than just running. Next goal, I will easily complete a marathon training by April 28th. That has been accomplished. That consisted of 75 runs. Next goal, I will easily complete Virgin Money London Marathon sub 4 hours. So, two things. I completed the London Marathon, and I completed it in 4 hours, 2 minutes and 4 seconds. But again, I've done a whole video about this. You can find it on YouTube in my feed. It was an incredible experience, and even though I didn't quite hit the 4-hour mark, I sleep peacefully because I know I gave it my all. It was really hard. I have no regrets thinking, I should have pushed a little bit harder and so on. Honestly, running 42 kilometers, I didn't walk at any point. I ran the whole time. I gave it my all. And 4 hours, 2 minutes, that was the best I could have done on that day. Next goal is I will easily run 200 kilometers in 1 month by December 31st. That goal was accomplished in January as part of the training. Next, I will easily run 1,000 kilometers by December 31st. So this was my goal for the whole year, to run 1,000 kilometers, and it was accomplished at the beginning of May, so nearly by the end of April, with a few kilometers because of the intensity of the marathon training. It was crazy. I often talk about it that, when you think, oh wow, someone completed the marathon, if they've done it in some decent time, yes, it's admirable accomplishment, but what's more admirable is the amount of time and effort and the commitment they made into the preparation for to be able to run the marathon in that time. Next goal, I will easily run 5 kilometers under 20 minutes by December 31st. This goal was accomplished in June, 19 minutes 53 seconds. I almost passed out. In the last 500 meters was I honestly felt I was blacking out. It's pretty decent time, 19, sub 20. Relatively small percentage of runners can do that, non-professional runners. And the next goal that I have is I will easily run 10 kilometers under 42 minutes. So it's almost the same speed. The average speed is 14.3 kilometers an hour for 42 minutes. So the best time so far was 43 minutes and 13 seconds in July. I didn't beat that time in August, though I'm refocusing a little bit more on the interval training and pushing myself a little bit more. I think September will be the month. Next goal, I will easily do 100 push-ups in one go by December 31st. I've done 70 so far, the most, which is slight improvement over since July, just by 3. From 67 to 70, it's becoming harder to add just one more and one more, and it's quite challenging. But I was quite pleased with the result. 100 push-ups is a lot. Next, I will easily do 20 pull-ups in one go by December 31st. Super excited about this goal. I've done 20 pull-ups. I was super surprised. I usually do 10. I've done 15 in the past, but the last time I was in the gym, I was just hanging in there. I said, no, one more. The last pull-up was I was like a little worm, kind of pulling my way in, but I made it. So 20 pull-ups, that goal is accomplished. Next, I will easily be able to plank for 10 minutes by December 31st. So this is again one of those goals that I think I've been unreasonably ambitious. 10 minutes is a ridiculously long time. I'm nowhere near that. The best I've done was 3 minutes 11 seconds in July. I haven't made any progress on that in August. With all honesty, I haven't done that much planking specifically to improve that goal. It was part of kind of my usual workouts. I'll need to refocus on that more. I think I'll be able to get to 5 minutes, but 10 minutes sounds pretty ridiculous at the moment. We'll see. But there are people who plank for like the longest goal, the longest plank is I think it's like 12 hours or something, which is madness. I don't understand. Next goal, I will easily continue with martial arts training by December 31st. So I've been training on and off. There were a few months when I stopped because of running. And then now I took a break because I've injured my wrist, or maybe it's some old injury that is coming up, and the specific angles of when I'm punching there, it just feels something is not right. So I'll probably take a few more classes with my personal trainer, and if it keeps coming up, then I'll probably need to get an X-ray or something. And the last goal in this category is I will easily take on swimming classes by December 31st. So far, no progress on this goal. The next category of my goals is personal development, and that's pretty self-explanatory. It simply includes all the goals that I've designed for myself to help me with my own personal development. And the first goal is I will easily join Toastmasters, which is public speaking club, by the end of September. Now, I've joined the club at the beginning of August, and the reason why I joined was because I used to do a lot of public speaking. I used to run weekly workshops for about 2 years. But then, because of the way I run my business, I stopped doing that. And so I don't do as much public speaking. The public speaking that I do now, it's much bigger profile. It's for many more people. It's usually paid. But I don't get as much opportunity to practice. So I decided to join Toastmasters. I highly recommend it wherever you are. There's most likely a Toastmasters club near you, because it's a global organization, and there are so many of these clubs everywhere, and some better than others, but the one near where I live, it's really great, and I really enjoy it. So I joined in August. I instantly signed up to one of their programs that will help you develop as a speaker in a particular way. And I've done a couple of those speeches already. So I want to show you. I won a best speaker, little ribbon here. I also won best table topic. The table topic is, it's such a fun experience. It's basically you decide to be a table topic speaker, or one of the few table topic speakers for the evening. And the second part of the workshop, they basically call you, you go in front of the group, and they give you a topic to talk about. So you have no preparation, and you have to think quickly on your feet. You only need to speak for about 2 minutes. But sometimes the topics are really out there. Sometimes the topics are really challenging. And it's great fun. No matter, if you're really good or if you're really bad, there's no failing, basically. You always get a great feedback. No one's going to laugh at you in the Toastmaster setting. And it really puts you outside of a comfort zone. And it's, sometimes I've done quite well, sometimes, not so well. But once I've done well enough to win the best table topic speaker ribbon. And I got another one, which, even though it says half competent communicator, it was for being the best evaluator. Sometimes they run out of the right ribbons, so they just give you the next one that is available. And yeah, I got the ribbon for being the best evaluator, because every time you give a speech, there is an evaluator assigned to you, and then after you finish, the evaluator goes in front of the group and basically gives you feedback on how well you've done with your speech, and points out some of the things that you've done right, and also gives you feedback on things that you could potentially improve next time. This is the power of Toastmasters, because you can participate every week if you want to. And imagine that every week you are getting feedback on what you can improve, or you work with the feedback, and week by week you're improving as a speaker. There are some guys or some people who joined some time ago, a few months ago, and they were terrible, and by now they are pretty competent and confident speakers. And another reason why I would encourage anyone to join Toastmasters, because developing the public speaking ability is such a massive confidence boost. Because if you're able to stand in front of 30, 40, 50 people, or even like running conferences at work or running meetings, overall it's such a confidence boost for your life. It will help you at work, it will help you in your personal life, it will probably open doors and opportunities for your career growth, because you can literally speak up during meetings, you can run meetings, and you can speak up in conferences. So highly encourage you doing that, and you'll probably win a few of those as well. Now, the next goal is I will easily complete 365 meditations by December the 31st. I'm currently on 201. I haven't done many in August, so I would say I have done, but not officially that sadhana. It was kind of purposeful, intentional meditation. So I fell behind a little bit, I feel, but I think I will be able to catch up and complete this goal. The next goal is I will easily buy Muse mind and body meditation device by December 31st. That happened in, I think, March. I bought it for myself 4 my birthday. Really great. You can see the box right there. What it is it's like a headband which sensors and so on. And when you meditate, it measures your brain activity, measures your breathing, your heart rate and everything. And at the end of the meditation, it shows you a chart of sort of how deeply you were meditating. And it also, the biggest power of that is that it gives you real-time audio feedback on the depth of your meditation or concentration. The less you meditate, the more kind of the noisier the environment is, whether you choose, for example, a park, and the deeper you meditate, the more everything quiets down. So it's really powerful and really, really useful. Next goal is I will easily finish 24 books by December 31st. So I've currently completed 14 books, so I have 10 more to go. I have 4 books that I'm kind of halfway through reading or maybe closer to completing. So I'm pretty confident that I will complete this goal. If you would like to see the whole list of the books that I've read or that I'm reading, again, head over to my website, find these 2019 goals page, and you can see it all there written. The next goal is I will easily read at least 2 books on mindfulness. And I've completed that, I think, in April or May. The first one was Buddhism for Busy People, and the second book was Mindfulness. Yeah, if you'd like to see the links or check these books out, again, it's all on my website. Next goal, I will easily eliminate 6 bad habits or establish 6 new positive habits by December 31st. So far, I have established or got rid of 4 habits. The latest one was in August, which I really kind of committed to fasting regularly, doing these 24-hour fasts, and I'm definitely intending to stick with it because I can see the health benefits of that. Another goal, I will easily make 100 journal entries and reflections by December 31st. I'm currently on 128. I've completed that goal by July. If you would like to see how I go about journaling, what's the process, I've actually created a video, I've written an article, how to journal for personal development. So either maybe check it out on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, or head over to my website. Again, you can find it there. It's quite practical and instructional. So that goal has been accomplished in July. And next goal, I will easily spend at least 1 hour every Sunday planning and reflecting by December 31st. I do this every week. I sit down at the end of the week. Sometimes I do it on Monday morning, but mostly on Sunday evening. It's really good. I find it very comforting. I find it it's like a meditation for me. And yesterday, actually, me and my girlfriend, we sat down and she was doing her planning. I was doing my planning with some music playing, and it's quite nice bonding activity as well. If you have a partner, you can discuss the plans, or you can plan together, whether it's for your family or household. You can plan holidays and things like that. But what I do is this weekly planning. I always plan the week ahead. I set the tasks that I want to get done, that I want to accomplish. I also do monthly planning at the beginning of each month and so on. Because if you don't plan, you're going to be just drifting, or you will be dealing with the urgencies and emergencies of life that are always there, and you will be drawn to it if you don't have anything more important that you set for yourself. So there's a saying, failing to plan is planning to fail, and I've been planning like this weekly and monthly for the last 12 years or so, since I got into personal development. Extremely useful and helpful. I would say essential skill or habit to develop. And the last goal in this category is I will easily watch 50 TED Talks by December 31st. That was completed in June. I'm not going to go into this on this video too much. Check out TED Talks on YouTube or just on Google it. Incredible library of speeches of great speakers and scientists and thinkers and philosophers. across all life and science disciplines. And the last category of my goals is relationships. And I have quite a few goals for this category, but I'm sharing 2 here on my website. And the first one is I will easily be in contact with my family every month. So because I live in the UK, in London, and they all live in Czech Republic at different places, we don't get to see each other very often. So it's important for us to maintain the great relationships that we have, that we communicate frequently, at least once a month or so. Whether it's through video calls or just normal calls or text messages or WhatsApp messages or sending photos and things like that, I want to make sure that I'm in touch with them frequently. So that goal has been accomplished. I've been very consistent with that. And the last goal is I will easily have a date night with my girlfriend at least twice a month. So it's not always a date night. Sometimes we go places during the day, or whether it's the weekend or during the week. But the intention there is to go somewhere, together as a couple, and we dress up and do all these things because, hey, that's what you usually do when you start dating, right? You put in the effort and it's exciting and all this stuff. Well, when you've been together for a long time, it's very easy for things to kind of go boring or stale or not as exciting, and because people stop doing the things that made it exciting at the beginning. So that's why we make sure that we always dress up and we have these dates, whether it's during the day or in the evening, because it's always a good time, it's always fun, it's always really enjoyable. So that has been accomplished as well. Well, and there you go. These were all my goals, with all the updates, how far I've got so far as for the end of August 2019. As I said at the beginning, it's not always easy. It's not always forward and upwards journey. Sometimes you have to take a step back. Sometimes you kind of bounce back. Sometimes it's really challenging. Sometimes you realize that you were being overly ambitious. But that's all part of the journey. Look, if it was easy, if you were just progressing all the time, it would get boring. It's important to understand that some of these setbacks and some of these challenges is what makes the journey actually exciting, because if things are too easy, we don't value them, we don't appreciate them, we get bored. And as I said, that's why I'm sharing my journey. That's why I'm being honest about sometimes great progress, sometimes not so much, sometimes even setbacks, because I want to show you that it's just part of the journey. But I'm hoping that over time, when you see that I'm kind of going 2 steps or 3 steps forward, 1 step back, sometimes it's progress. And what I'm really excited about is that I intend doing this for years to come. And it will be really cool to maybe even for me to watch some of the old videos and see what goals I was being challenged by, and maybe even you guys, and in 5 years time, where I'm going to be with my business and or with my life. I want to show that this works. Setting goals and pursuing them and pushing and being committed and consistent, it simply works. These are incremental steps forward that you're making on a daily basis, and it adds up over time. So I'm hoping that all this is giving you a little bit of oomph, a little bit of motivation, maybe some inspiration. Maybe you decide, I want to set some new goals. I want to set some bigger goals. Maybe I've been setting way too big goals, right? And the point is that I want to inspire you and encourage you to be making progress in life, because that's what it's about. And I think life is incredible. It has so much to offer, and it's out there up for grabs. And it's really just up to us to reach out and decide that we're going to take it. And the journey is not always smooth. So with that said, guys, thank you for watching. Always appreciate your attention. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little subscribe button there. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.